Welcome back to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews the movies and talks that nerd shit. This is episode 457, and it is your Saturday morning review, recorded on a Thursday, of course. And as always, it is the Nerds County here to host the show, alongside my wonderful co-host, Young Yoda.
Sup, everybody? Welcome to the show. We're reviewing Dune today.
Yep.
Finally. Not old Dune, new Dune. Not old Dune.
No, not old
I
Dune.
saw a clip of
Not the
old
Dune with
I don't
Sting.
want to watch that one.
New Dune with
Brad,
Timothy
Luis?
Chalamet.
Do not choose old Dune, Luis.
Bro, I saw the Aiden showed me a clip of it. I don't want to see that shit.
Okay,
ain't trying to
honestly,
see
I have
those
never
facts.
watched the full thing of Dune, but anything that stars Sting, and not wrestling Sting, we're talking Sting from like police
The
Sting.
police thing.
The police Sting, like, it can't be good. It can't.
I've
It's
heard of
something.
Sting, never seen his face. Hold up, let me.
Yeah.
What?
And if
Like,
you
I
don't
know
recognize
who's-
that voice, who's also in here, it is none other than one of our wonderful writers
Luis.
on the Nerdcore.
Luis is making his way back. I'm
Yeah, he's
glad.
gonna be
I'm
using
happy.
it. Yeah.
I'm happy when Luis shows up.
Oh, it's
Hell
this
yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I've seen him. I didn't know that
Hey,
was Sting.
man.
I'll
Yeah,
be
I like when
watching
Luis is on
you.
with us. What's it called? He's been using his way back in. I like it.
Yeah, it's like old school nerdcore again.
Yeah, man.
know?
Is it? Was I gone? And was I on? And was I gone that long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've been
painfully long.
gone for a while.
Yeah, it's
So-
been painfully too long. Luis.
Yeah.
We like it when you're on.
So we're happy when you're around.
Hell
Because
yeah.
it gives us a shot to take at Venom, and then we go back, we love Luis anyway.
Yeah.
You should have seen the Discord one night. I forgot what it was, but Raul, Rachel, and I think even Kelvin were just jabbing me on not even Venom stuff, just some random.
Oh, did you like get in there and be like, I love the Morpheus trailer, can't wait to see
No.
Jared Leto.
No, I think we were just talking, and then all of a sudden, I just hear they just threw a brick at me.
Like, fuck Venom.
Yeah.
No, like just fuck me.
Oh,
Fuck you,
that's
Luis.
rude.
I
Yeah.
was like, what I do?
Damn.
But
But then we.
I mean,
continued,
I like
continued,
Tom
continued.
Hardy and all, but like
yeah.
the
just-
writing and directing in Venom ain't it. Like Tom Hardy
Yeah, the
probably
second
could
one
do
was
the
wrong.
role justice.
Did I
but that
write an
writing
article
ain't
for
it.
Venom too? No,
I don't even know what you fucking was discussing, but I know that you got shit for it. But of course, if you didn't hear Brad or you forgot what he said, this is our Dune review.
Dune.
Yes, it comes to you 2 weeks late. It's okay.
Even though I watched it the day after, I was like, watch Dune.
I didn't think you'd get to it that fast. I'm not even.
You were like,
lying.
watch Dune. I'm like, all right,
I got 3 hours to spare.
that's okay. You know,
I was like,
let me say this. I was one of the retractors that said this was going to pull Blade Runner 2049, and I never said I was going to hate this movie. I said I would probably love this movie, just like I did Blade Runner 2049. It's just at the box office, I didn't see it doing well.
yeah. Which by
That's
the way,
the only
as
thing.
of today, I believe it's like at 300 some.
Which I am very happy for. I'm happy I was wrong because I get a Dune 2.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could get
Sure,
multiple
all the
Blade
things.
Runners. Honestly, I wish I could get a Blade Runner show. Like,
Fuck, I mean,
that
I
would be
wish we could.
dope.
I feel
Sponsored
like
by the CW.
what's
No.
gonna happen, Brad, is that
HBO.
like what's gonna happen is that in like 20, 30 years, the best director at that time is gonna revive Blade Runner 2049, make a
Oh,
sequel
probably.
to that one. And
I wouldn't mind. Like, I think you could like do a whole expansive world with Blade Runner, and just following like a rookie cop, like getting
Yeah.
into that, and then having to go after these replicants. Like, I just feel, especially like after that whole major issue that went on, after like
Mhm.
2049, or even after the original Blade Runner, I feel like a show on that would be kind of like Westworld in a way. That's why I feel like once Westworld ends, bring out a Blade Runner show.
yeah.
That way you get
But,
your
um,
sci-fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But before we kind of get into this, Brad, how's the day been going today?
I mean, it was a chill day. I had anal glaucoma at work, so I
Oh,
couldn't see my ass coming in.
Holy shit, what?
Huh? What?
You never heard this?
No.
When you
Anal
have anal
glaucoma.
glaucoma,
No.
I couldn't see my ass coming in to work.
Oh,
that
bro.
sounds like a serious
Hello,
disease. I'm like,
Hi, Rachel. Yeah.
Hey, Rachel.
So that
Luis,
was from an old coworker back in the day who retired. He basically he didn't come in some days. Like I had anal glaucoma, just could not see my ass coming into work. So I
I
took
feel like
that's not
that,
great.
I
that's the
actually took
perfect
the day off to
excuse.
clean the house
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
we're going up north for something for Brenda. So I was trying to clean some of the house, the kitchen at least.
Dude,
You say
you're
you
just
from the
like,
south?
man.
What's up?
Nothing. What's up?
No,
I've been
Luis, go ahead.
but like I've been watching a lot of Critical Role, and if y'all don't know Critical Role like episodes, so it's a D&D campaign like show. It's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So it literally took me all day to get through one fucking YouTube video.
That
So
yeah.
it
So
worked. I don't know. I was washing
I was
dishes, listening to
wondering
that.
why you're like all cheerful right now. I was like, oh, okay, Brad didn't
That
go to
could
work.
be the wine. So I ordered this wine like 5 months ago. And they're like, we can't ship it. It's too hot. I'm like,
What?
yes, this was their thing. They wanted to wait till it was cooler because they were afraid how the heat would affect it being in trucks and shit.
Mhm.
So it finally showed up. So I opened the bottle like maybe 30 minutes to an hour ago.
Okay.
I've only taken like, you know, maybe half a wine glass of it.
Yeah.
And this is what like I'm hot right now. Like
Yeah.
the alcohol content in that must be high because
Yeah.
or
Well,
I'm
let's.
hungry. I really haven't eaten anything today, so it could be that.
Might be it.
Yeah. Well, we'll try to be over here soon. But Luis, how you been? How you been today?
Uh, no
How
further
you
comment.
doing, Luis? You
No
doing
further
good? You need a
comment.
hug? I'll give you a hug.
I do.
Hug.
I just.
Air hug.
And my thoughts have been overwhelmingly powerful.
I
I even
Overwhelmingly
got
powerful.
No, I like
overwhelmingly.
Raul gets that too. Like sometimes you can't
Yeah.
shut them off, and it's like fuck
Yeah.
this shit. I'm going to
I just
sleep.
like. I'm not laughing at Luis's situation. I'm laughing at the word choice.
The word choice,
Overwhelmingly
yeah.
powerful.
It fits.
Which-
It's overwhelmingly.
I
That's
mean,
another definition for OP, man.
It's a fucking OP. My thoughts be OP. They got hands.
I
bro.
mean, depression is a hell of a drug. Like,
Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure out them, and in order to just forget about it for a minute, I'm gonna go see something later tonight. If
Let's
I
go.
don't switch up last minute like I did with my hero this weekend and last night in Soho, and I actually want to go see Antlers just because I love Guillermo's work.
are you gonna see Eternals? Eternals is out.
I might. I know I may or may not go with Abby and Rachel, but because they are busy and they aren't sure, I can take the chance to go tonight. Like I'll still go see it with them. I don't mind. I'm always like up
Yeah.
for seeing another.
I mean, with movies like that, you probably need a second watch
Yeah.
to catch everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So whether or not I can also just do something for Raul and then just
Yeah.
be done with it.
I mean,
home with
have we yeah, we announced last on the live show, right, Roll of
What?
Chill Zone taking
Yeah,
over
yeah,
for
no,
the
yeah.
Gamer Core.
Yeah. That's already been.
He
that's
hasn't
been
called me
considered.
back on my offer of co-hosting, but
I
we'll get
mean,
He's,
but
to
with
be fair, he's
Chill
looking-
Zone he'll eventually look at your message. Like it takes him
Yeah.
a while.
it's not even that. He said, I'll get, my people will call your people." I'm like, what people?
Oh
What
well,
people?
Luis. there's your response, Luis.
There you go. Rachel's
Oh,
taking you.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
I wasn't bitching. See, this is what I was talking about, Brad, behind the scenes where Rachel and Raul just came digging at me.
No,
I don't
bitch.
mind it. Like it's
Bitch is not a
relationship.
hateful term. That's a term of endearment. That's like, yo, my man. That's basically Rachel's way of saying, yo,
Oh,
bitch.
shit.
Yeah, your camera
Yeah.
just went off.
What the fuck, Luis?
There was a
You-
countdown. There was literally a countdown. It was like 28. I don't know why it started at
was
28.
it?
Yeah. It had
Oh, I
it
didn't
popped
see
up
it.
on your and it was like 28
Yeah.
seconds. I'm like,
My
That
was probably a
yeah,
countdown.
it's the deal. So however you spell it.
Yes,
I wish I had friends to go movies with. I only have Brenda.
Don't let her hear that, bro.
we just hear.
I
would
feel
be-
bad sometimes because Brenda's not like a huge movie watcher. So it's just like, I want to go see this. And it's just like, no, it's on HBO Max. Fuck it.
Before we get into the movie, did Brenda watch this with you?
No. Like,
man.
right now we're having kind of an issue with Daryl. He can't get up the
Yeah.
stairs anymore. So someone's kind of stays down with him.
Got
Oh
you.
man,
Yeah.
You should
not the
build a ramp.
boy. Oh man. Well, We're sending good thoughts over
Good thoughts to
to
Thero.
to the to
We
the
we've been
Mateo.
been doing some stuff, so he's doing all right, but he just can't get upstairs anymore.
The first official mascot of the Nerd Corps was Daryl. But
Sheesh.
yeah. With that said, I would be remiss if we don't start this already. So, of course, my friends, if you have not watched Dune or Dunk, as it looks in the in
Dunk.
the in the poster, then this is your
Sounds like a
chance to
Space
get
Jam
out.
movie.
This is your chance to get out
Dunk.
of here. But if you have, or you just do not care about spoilers, you can go ahead and keep listening. Either way, how this goes is your one and only spoiler warning. This and
Spoilers.
it is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
All right, I've got a lot of reading to do, y'all. So let me do this.
On a
Jesus.
movie that just came out.
Yeah,
I'm reading the
Dune,
synopsis.
titled on screen as Dune Part 1, is a 2021 American epic science fiction film directed by Denis Villeneuve,
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve,
Villeneuve.
and written by Villeneuve,
Villeneuve.
John Spites, and Eric Roth. It is the first of a planned two-part adaptation of the 1965 novel by Frank Herbert.
Herbert.
This one right here.
Pokemon.
Is Frank Herbert still alive?
No, he's dead as hell.
You sure?
That's a no.
Yeah,
go.
yeah, no, he's
Okay.
dead as hell. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll talk more about that right now. Primarily covering the first half of the book. Set in the far future, it follows Paul Atreides as his family, the noble house Atreides, is thrust into a war for the dangerous desert planet Arrakis. The ensemble cast includes Timothy Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, Stephen McKinley Henderson, Zendaya, David Dastmalchian, Chang Chen, Sharon Duncan Brewster, Charlotte Rampling, Jason Momoa, my mom, my dad, my cousin, and Javier Bardem. Because everybody's in this movie.
Yeah,
man.
everybody's
Yeah,
basically in this fucking
everyone's
movie.
in there.
The film is the second adaptation of Dune, following David Lynch's 1984 film, which was a critical and commercial failure. After an unsuccessful attempt by Paramount Pictures to produce a new adaptation, Legendary Entertainment acquired the Dune film and TV rights in 2016, with Villeneuve signing on as director in February 2017. The writers incorporated an updated 21st century sensibility into the script, including increasing the prominence of female characters.
Yeah, Zendaya was on there for like a whole 5 minutes.
Yeah, damn.
Like
she
the
was a
two
star.
part like the two-part film It 2017, production contracts were only secured for the first film, relying on its success before a 2nd film would be greenlit. Filming took place from March to July 2019 at locations including Budapest, Jordan, Norway, and Abu Dhabi. Dune premiered at the 78th Venice International Film Festival of September 2021. Warner Bros. Pictures theatrically released it in 2D, 3D, and IMAX internationally on September 15, 2021.
Wait,
What
this
the
shit
fuck
was
is
in 3D?
2D?
This shit was in 3D?
Fuck, those
Fuck.
backpipes.
Nope.
It was simultaneously
Big worm.
released theatrically
That's a
and
booty hole.
streaming on HBO Max on
Booty.
October 22nd, 2021. It was generally well received by critics for its visuals, scope, and ambition, and has grossed over $303 million worldwide on a production budget of $165 million. A week after its domestic release, Doom Part 2 was confirmed with a planned release in October 2023.
Damn.
Oof.
That's far.
Cinematography by Greg Fraser, edited by Joe Walker. The score is done by Hans Zimmer, and it sits at 2 hours and 36 minutes. And yeah, as of today, it has made $303,348,138.
Worldwide.
Yeah, but the international markets are the ones who came out for this movie. They really
Why?
220
Do we know why? Like, that's. I mean, they must have liked the book.
The international
Their family
market
must have been there.
accounts for literally everything else but the United States, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. but
Yeah,
228
fuck the
million, dude,
US.
for the fucking international, while domestically, 75 mil.
This was an
Yeah.
expensive movie.
It really was.
Don't get us there. But then again, every movie Denis does is
I
well,
feel like it's
not
expensive
every
because
movie
of the
because we just watched
No,
actors.
one that was 3.5 million with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I think
But
ever
like the
since,
newer films, they're expensive.
yeah, I
Which
think
movie
ever
was
since
what?
like Arrival, he's been making pretty expensive movies.
Yeah.
Is he
I
actually
mean,
getting fucking aliens in this or what?
well, no, he's putting his fucking air miles fucking card to use. Going Budapest, Jordan,
Mm,
Norway, Abu
Yeah,
Dhabi. Like, damn.
yeah, man.
Like
But
you could do all this in California.
you
You
really
know it.
no, you cannot.
you
Oh,
the desert
actually,
shots?
Doing
actually,
on a green screen.
actually, Brad, what's it called? Blade Runner 2049 was his first like high budget film. Yeah, that was
Really?
150 to 185, which is wild because like,
Which
wow,
I'm okay with because I love Blade
yeah,
Runner. But when you go into there in the context, yeah, I understand why I didn't make its money back.
my own private Duncan, Idaho. Yeah.
Duncan, Idaho. I thought
So
that said Ohio.
let's go ahead and get Luis's initial thoughts first, since he is our guest today.
You're the guest. Let us know.
Luis, what are your what were your initial thoughts about of Dune?
So first of all, I didn't know what this movie was about at all. I never read the book, never
It's about
cared to.
spice. That's all you fucking
Yeah,
need to know.
that's what Raul told me. Second of all, Timothy Salaman ain't special. I be dreaming about prophetical women in my dreams. I can't remember their faces, but they're there.
Prophetical.
Prophetical.
Uh,
I like it.
thirdly, so the time I actually went to go see it with a group of people, Rachel included, plus Kelvin, who's been on the I think the last show, right? He joined
Yeah,
the
and
last
we,
show with John, and then our friend Pat. So half of the time it was a mixture of it was weirdly dark. At least for me, I turned to Rachel and asked if it was dark for them, like visual, like a brightness level. They were like, no. I was like, okay, I think it's just my eyes. Second of all, the story wasn't as entertaining to me per se. I feel like it was relying a lot on what people have read about the film. It gave the most important topics of like what spice is, houses, emperor. Didn't give shit about that weird spider. But overall, like you get the premise of what and who is in this film and what's it about. But I'm not compelled to really like. I'm on the edge of my seat to wait for this second part to come out. I could give either or on when it comes out. So that's my thing. I might be in the minority of it being like, oh, this was incredible.
about saying.
And then half of the other time that I was watching it, there were, and I'm not gonna lie, there were scenes where I was actually entertained. Like the whole death scene with Oscar Isaac's character, and then that's it. That's all I remember. Like actually,
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to give all your thoughts, man. Let's it's the
oh
initial. Yeah.
yeah, I
But
mean that was that. I have more, but like that was
all
the
right.
We won't
overall
get into
premise.
that.
Like I'm in the minority of like liking it.
I don't know if you are.
Well, I
Oh
don't think you actually are, Luis.
No,
I mean, not
I
in,
think
like, in
you have a
this
good
show.
mix.
Yeah,
do I?
but
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah.
well,
Like I'm not over here sucking Denise dick like Raul.
Yeah.
fuck y'all, dude. Fuck y'all. Yeah. Well, Brad, go ahead.
I would just say I like this movie. I thought it was good. Like I'm glad there's a part 2 coming. I'm glad they made this. It needed to be remade compared to what the first one looked like. Let's be real here. Like let's start off that this needed to be done. Like, and it's good Denis did it. Out of the 3 acts, I like the last 2 very much. The third act, of course, ended way too soon because I was really into it. And it's like, wait for part 2. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Brad. And it's just like, okay, like I get it. It was good. I'll be back. I will be back. But that first, so I have an issue with the first act. They don't linger on any scene very long. There are a lot of fast cuts, and that is the issue I have with the first act. It's like, hey, here's the evil guy, and nope, we're cutting to I don't know, the fucking mother of all witches for some reason. It's like linger
The
on the
Reverend.
fucking evil dude for a bit.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't remember
Reverend
that
Mother,
part
yeah.
of Winchester.
like there were other scenes. It's like he does like what Dune is. You want to see like the whole layout of everything, and then it's like, oh well, I got that for like 20 seconds, fast cut, and it's just
Yeah.
like I could not get into it the first act until you get into that second act. Basically, when the war is starting and you get explosions and shit going off, and like people are getting killed, that like I'm way focused. Like I get what the first act was supposed to do, but I think Denis was trying to cram so much info that it was fast cut, fast cut, fast cut, fast cut, and I get that, but I didn't necessarily like it. Like this movie could have been 3 hours. This movie could have been 4. And there's a
No.
part 2, so technically this movie could be 10.
That's the thing. It's like this could have easily been 3 hours, and I think we would have still been sitting down in our seats.
I would
to
have.
watch.
I would have. That's the thing. And that first act could have been longer, and I would have liked this movie better had it been. It's one of those where this movie should have been 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I don't say that for a lot of movies.
It felt
Like any.
3 hours, not gonna lie.
There's Kurosawa movies where I'm like, you could have cut 30 minutes out, bro.
So, this movie. Let me go ahead and get my reaction into here, because my reaction is probably the most. The what the fuck was that?
Nothing.
Yeah. My reaction is probably the most extreme, right? Where I'm the one who loves it the most out of all of us here.
Yeah.
But this movie is incredible. I mean, this movie is I mean, this movie's so fucking good, dude. This movie's so fucking good. It got me to read the book. I'm reading this book.
Fucking
I haven't
nerd.
read a book since I finished college.
I mean, I've seen, well, actually, I have not seen the Dark Tower movie because that movie's horrible, but I have read the book.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know, Brad. I mean, you love those books, so I would understand. But this movie's incredible. Just the way that Denis kind of crafts his vision of this movie, and kind of being like, because he was like asked, like, you know, if this is like how he visioned this movie when he was a teenager reading this book, and he's like, yup, is exactly how I pictured it. And seeing how he was able to bring his vision to life, but also you have like some really good performances here. Who I think the one who did the best to me is Rebecca Ferguson. I love Rebecca Ferguson in this movie. I think that she does an incredible job playing Lady Jessica. But even different performances, you have that incredible score from Hans Zimmer. But also, like, this movie isn't afraid to like be action packed. You know, a lot of people thought like this movie's gonna be too serious for people like who are gonna be.
That's why they cast Jason Momoa. You knew it was going to be serious.
That was Antonio Banderas half of the film.
Yeah, and you were like, people were thought like maybe this was gonna be too serious, that they wouldn't, like, you know, that they wouldn't grab the casual movie going audience. Which, of course, if we look at this, you know what it's making, it's fucking wrong. It caught him, and I think a lot of that is the fact that like once we get into that second and third act, what's it called? Denis is able to like intertwine the action of the Dune book, but also the philosophy and the politics of the Dune world, and yeah, I really like this, guys. So like, I don't even know how to fucking do this review today because it's such a big ass movie. But like, what do we? First of all, let's go ahead and get the most important stuff out of the way. The stuff that's gonna follow us into Dune Part 2. What do we think about Timothée Chalamet as Paul?
Good. I thought he played it well. I mean,
Yeah.
I need to go back because I haven't seen a lot of Timothée Chalamet's like acting. So if I go back and I just see he kind of just is playing himself,
He's playing as
that's
himself.
what I just thought. He's just like he's playing like
He's
just this
playing himself.
just kind of general British dude
Yeah.
who's a rich kid in the military, like general British dude. It works. So I really had no issue with Timothée Chalamet's. Actually, I was quite impressed with most of the acting in this. But then again, you look at the cast of characters that was chosen for this.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Stellan Skarsgård, Dave Bautista, Zendaya, you know,
Polka Dot Man.
Jason Momoa, Javier Bardem. Yeah.
Bardem, by the way, Bardem, bro. Just that little bit of time that we kind of have with Bardem in this movie has me so hyped to see what else he's gonna do in this next part. Because
That's the thing, though, is
wondering
I
what my
think
uncle was doing there.
even though you saw like a ton of action in this part 1, I feel like this is just tip of the iceberg when it comes to action. Like part 2 is really gonna have it. Like, I mean, they had some really like, and just like Skarsgård. I just want to bring that. He is a good villain, but he wasn't on there long enough for me. especially
Yeah.
that first act. I feel like you could have lingered on some stuff with him and Dave Bautista and just his overall to get more of like, the tension built up.
Mhm.
And that's really the only thing. It was those quick cuts. Had they made this a 3 hour movie, I would have been sure it's perfect.
Mhm.
But
And like, so I bring myself to this because I feel like, as somebody who hasn't completely read the book yet, I'm literally the first chapter. I'm literally at the Gom Jabbar scene. Um, but like, as somebody who's what's it called, never read the book, and I know y'all, I had a feeling throughout this movie that I was like, I don't think the Baron is necessarily our big baddie.
Mhm.
I think our
I mean,
big
there could be
baddie,
multiple.
yeah,
Like the like everything here is a threat. Like the Emperor is probably the big baddie. Let's
Yeah.
be
yeah,
real here. The Emperor is basically taking two factions and warring them together because he's thinking both of them are too powerful. He's the
yeah,
big baddie in this. But then again, you have
We have the witches.
this
Yeah.
sisterhood
yeah.
of
Yeah.
which is their
Bene
own kind of.
Gesserit,
They're
yeah,
like a religion church thing.
With
Um,
fucking
with
magical abilities, apparently.
yeah,
Yeah.
which they can like force people to do things at their will, which
Mhm.
hmm
very cool fucking scene when the gag gets off her and she basically tells him to like stab the other dude.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
That shit
yeah.
Um,
ain't special. My mom can do that to me, bruh. One to
donkey.
one. She,
And
But no, they're legit. There are a lot
yeah.
of baddies in this. I mean, you could even say just the citizens themselves were kind of baddies at the beginning because you didn't know if they were just going to kill off the main characters or
yeah.
not.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what I really liked about this movie was the way we kind of start the film. We don't start like going straight into Kaladin, or we don't start straight into like what's it called, like the Emperor. We start with Zendaya kind of giving this like incredible monologue about like the history of Arrakis' planet and the people, like the one group of people that actually matter because they're the ones who are gonna get
Mhm.
hurt the most when
Yeah.
these two houses battle each other,
Go at
and it's
war.
the
Yeah.
Fremen, the indigenous people of this planet, and then like which one of the best what's it called kind of instances of foreshadowing that's coming in the next film is like who will our next suppressors be,
Hmm.
and he just cuts straight to Paul. And
Well, and
The
and
motherfucker named Paul.
I mean, and they're not given much of a choice in this. Like the Emperor is
Mhm.
basically
yeah,
making a war on their planet, but they also choose not to go after, I guess, the lesser of evils, the Atreides. They
Yeah.
they decide just to stand off, and that's when like the other group, who they knew were just terrible, came in.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The Sadukar army, the what's it called? The motherfuckers with the big ass like what's it called?
Dave Bautista's
Yeah,
peoples.
yeah, yeah. Which, by the way, holy crap, Batista! Like that one scene after the explosion and stuff, like where he's just like beheading every single
That's
person
what
in
I
that
mean.
row.
Is I didn't get enough of that.
Yeah.
Like I
Well,
didn't
I
get enough
feel
of
like
Bautista and the big baddies.
I honestly forgot at certain points when he wasn't on screen that he was in this film.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
how short he was in this film.
but I'm so glad
yeah,
he is in this film because
Yeah,
you
he's good
know
in it.
Bautista's a good bad guy.
yeah.
Like
Hmm.
He's a good actor, man.
yeah,
He's a
Yeah,
really
he's
good
pretty good.
actor. Um, Now, this movie to me is just excellently shot. This is the first time that Denis works with Greg Fraser. Last time we saw Greg Fraser's work was if you've pretty much seen the fucking Mandalorian. He's pretty much the blueprint of all that. But also, like before that, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. He shot Rogue One, a Star Wars story. What did we think, Luis? What did you think about the cinematography from Greg Fraser?
That was dope. I don't like that was my plus side that there were shots where it was like dope to see from just establishing the desert to like just how the framing of the people in certain scenes were. So I give that a plus. Aside from everything else, I think it might be a me thing. Like I mentioned before, it was the brightness situation. There were what it may be also be that we went to go see it in standard. Like we didn't go see it
Mm-hmm.
in like Dolby or IMAX. So the colors might be a bit dimmed during the standard.
Mm-hmm.
But there were scenes where I was struggling to actually see what the fuck was going on, and it was
yeah.
majority of the night scenes.
I didn't really have an issue. Like there were scenes that were dark, but they had that
Mm-hmm.
natural lighting on
Gotcha.
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and I watched on my TV on HBO Max.
yeah.
So, I mean, it could have been a theater issue. I don't
Yeah,
know.
definitely. I definitely feel like it was.
Yeah.
Because I know Regal which is the one that we went to, has their standard screens are pretty like dull. They're flat in color.
I'm not even gonna lie, bro. You're right, bro. Like
Yeah,
Regal screens are kind of,
and even their
subpar.
expensive one, yeah, even their expensive one is still subpar compared to like a better end
RPX
screen.
and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's
I gotta say I didn't like so I liked a few of like the spaceships they put in here. I like the
Oh, that was
Dragonfly
cool.
one.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
spent a lot of money on that. But like in the opening, there's like those that come on like Jason Momoa is stepping down out of.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Those didn't look overly realistic to me. It was like they could have spent a little more to get that. I mean, it was up to their like Star Wars Episode 9-ish
Yeah.
looking,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like anything like totally fascinating. Kind of took me out of it in those scenes.
Mm.
Hmm.
It's to be fair, Brad. I mean, what's it called? This is the first like big sci-fi novel before. Like this is pretty much what influenced. This is what influenced Star Wars, other than Kurosawa. you know,
No, I get
and
that.
I'm guessing that they would probably go for some more like stuff that kind of predates the really nice looking stuff from Star Wars, but like you know um the Baron's ship I thought that ship was
Those was dope. Like those were
badass.
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
just like those
It's
close-ups of the
huge.
scene.
Yeah.
You know where Jason Momoa is. They first introduced Jason Momoa. He's
yeah,
walking down that. Those
my
spaceships were kind
boy.
of like dull looking. It's
Yeah.
like it's the
Hmm.
Star Wars shit. Like I don't. You could have done something a little cooler. But you are right. They do like the Dragonfly and then the
That was
giant
cool.
fucking ship out in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere. Those
Just
were
that
cool.
fucking scene where Brolin, like where the attack is happening, and Brolin just looks up and he's like, "Oh, mother of
Oh
God!" And it's just a
fuck.
big ass like Baron ship. Like,
Hmm.
Yeah.
holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Wait,
No.
But
No.
Brolin's
Like
character
those
died?
scenes were good. It just the like I said, this first act is where it just doesn't do it for me. Like the
Hmm.
second and third act, fucking yeah, I'm all in. Like give me
yeah,
a second movie.
Hmm.
uh, which by the way, Luis, I think that if you would have had seen this in Dolby, dude, I think that was gonna be like a crazy ass experience. I watched
Yeah.
this in IMAX,
Which
and
I think also
oh,
reflects. I think seeing it in IMAX probably gives you a bit of a different perspective than seeing it
Yeah.
home on TV.
Yeah.
Also, going
yeah,
out with friends, it's like a whole different experience. You have to add
yeah.
that into
I was
our
Yeah.
rating.
I was like this the whole time.
I mean, I do. It's still very much a thing of like, if I did go see it, because I was debating on whether or not to go see it. Like, I wasn't gonna be mad at myself if I didn't go see it in theaters. But like, I do take it into account that it's like there is gonna be a difference between Dolby, IMAX, and standard.
Yeah,
But it's still like the only difference would be the color choice, like the actual color
yeah,
brightness and vibrancy, and the sound design, which
yeah.
would be the notable parts. But even
Oh no, Luis.
Oh, oh,
Luis's computer shut
he's
down.
stuck.
Yeah,
He's fucking
yeah. I know
stuck.
his computer probably shut down. But
All right, we're just we're gonna do that for now
yeah,
until Luis gets back.
yeah. But so I love I mean, this score from Hans, man. This fucking score from Hans. I
Other
mean,
than the
like,
Christopher Nolan fucking sound that snuck in there on
yeah.
one scene.
This is this is my favorite score from Hans since like Interstellar. Honestly, he hadn't made like one that I was like, holy shit, And I'm about to suck this score off because my favorite score of all time is still Cinema Paradiso. There's no score that beats that one. But this fucking thing was epic, bro. Like just that song when we're leaving, when we're doing the scene where he's leaving Caladan,
Hmm.
and it's just like it sounds like metal. I ain't gonna even lie to you, bro. It sounds like metal. And I researched some stuff. This man created whole new instruments to make this score.
That's called a huge budget.
That's called a huge budget,
It's called
but
a huge
also
budget
that's
when you can make like
yeah,
new instruments.
bro,
yeah. That's
Luis, you
called
there?
being a big ass nerd for this book and wanting to go
Hmm.
all out. Uh, Luis, you're back. You got it.
yeah, my computer crashed as I was going at it. I don't know what
Yeah.
caused it. I didn't. I just had the browser on.
Well, go ahead and
Um,
continue.
I forgot where what was it saying?
You're talking about, just how you're pretty sure like it was different between the different like formats that you could have
Oh
watched
yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Even then, a major thing for me, as Raul knows, my style of choice is the writing and how
Mm-hmm.
the actors can portray that. The story, like I said, I know they're splitting it in parts, but I would have loved to see or hear more about just the world building. That's always fun to me when I'm seeing sci-fi stuff.
Yeah.
Is world building, right? And they give subtle clues about it, about its people and all that. But I just wish there was more. Like the visuals, like breathtaking. The giant
Yeah.
spaceship that looked like it came from Monsters vs Aliens, pretty dope. The X-wing from Jason Momoa, dope. The beach scene where like the spaceship is going from underneath the water and stuff, that was fucking
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
I love
We're not
that.
gonna talk about the worm. Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
been a major.
we're gonna talk about the
That's
worm.
been like a major fucking bit
Motherfucking
for like months.
worm.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that worm. That worm,
Mm-hmm.
that worm looked fucking great. But I'll tell you this: anything's a
Very
step up from
hairy.
the worm from what's it called, the 1984 movie. Have you guys ever seen the worm from the
I have not. Can
1984?
you pull it up?
No, you want to
Oh
pull
my
that up?
god, this thing
Yeah, pull
looked.
it up.
Yeah.
I do. I do
Um.
love how I think Tremors is based off the fucking worm.
Yeah, I think it might. Yeah,
Pretty much.
I was thinking about
Like
that.
get to the rocks. Like this is Tremors.
Yeah, I remember seeing it one Saturday morning on CW, like when
Yeah,
they were showing
this is
movies and
Tremors,
stuff.
but this is also Dune.
Yeah, I'm like, bruh.
But so Luis, about the writing, I'll tell you this, Luis.
Uh-huh.
Denis said that what's it called? That basically this one was to like introduce the world of Dune. So me knowing just basically the outline of the book, I'll tell you this right now. If you want more like world building in the next movie, it's really much not gonna do more world building. There's
See,
like
It's
that's
kind
the
of it.
thing.
we're
That's the
kind
thing.
of going pretty direct now in
Into
the
the
next one.
storybook.
Yeah, but I'll
Mm.
tell you this though.
Smoking that
Um,
spice.
Let me go ahead and pull this up. This goddamn this shit looks,
I don't
bro. It
mind
looks
that.
like a
It's just
video
like
game, bro.
people, not everyone that want to go see it read the book, right?
Yeah,
So that's the only thing.
look at that, bro.
Oh my god.
That worm looks bad, bro.
Why the fuck it look like Jar Jar Binks at the top there? Look at that shit.
Dude, why does it look like a video game?
Well,
That's a
because this is
Doom.
1984,
Oh yeah, you're right.
and
That is,
everything looked
I
like a
don't
video
care
game.
what you have to say about that, Brad. The thing was made in 1984 in 82.
Bro, that
Look
shit,
at
that looks like it came straight from Doom. Like the first Doom
the
that
fucking
came
video
out.
game Doom.
Yeah.
Doom.
Yeah, this is
Wait,
I
is
just
that
missed
wait,
that The
wait,
Rock
go
wasn't
go
in this.
go up? Is that a pull apart bread worm?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust
Oh,
that.
man.
Ah, shit.
Spice sandworm.
Spice sandworm. Ah, they even
Let
put
the-
spice into it.
Yeah,
Nice.
they put spice.
That's
Let's
legit.
let the spice flow, Brad.
Fucking hell.
But yeah,
I'm trademarking my sandworm fleshlight. Thank you very much.
so where
Oh,
where you
no.
kind of where I was what's it called I really so I'm gonna agree with Brad here. I'm gonna fucking agree with Brad here on a lot.
Mhm.
Well, the one thing I'm probably gonna agree with Brad on this one review, they stopped this movie at the worst possible
They did.
fucking moment.
Right when I'm there, like yeah, and then it's like
Yeah.
part two.
It's
It's
like
like, God,
imagine imagine like waking up Christmas morning so excited because you asked your mom or dad or your mom and dad for a PS5, right?
Uh-huh.
It hasn't been available. And in this world, the PS4 was a shit console, right?
Okay.
It was a shit console that was so bad that we never thought that maybe we'd get a PS5.
Mhm.
So we have the idea of that, like maybe eventually we'll get the PS5, right? And the PS5 will be great. And we finally get it. And we have the best team working on the PS5. And you can find, and you got it. There was no trouble. There was no trouble in the production of the PS5. It was nothing. So your mom and dad say, son, we are going to get you the PS5. And you wake up on Christmas morning and you go into that tree and you open the box and you find a video game, a controller, and the camera with a note that says, this is only the beginning. You'll get the console next year or in 2 years.
Ah, you
Motherfucker.
I-
Blue
and I-
balls. You
I was
blue
like-
balled me.
Very much.
The moment she looks at Paul and she goes, "This is only the beginning." I was like, "You motherfuckers! I know
And
you're
then
about
we
to end
see
this
a
fucking movie."
random native riding a fucking worm.
Right in
and
the
then
which,
native
by the
power. I'm
way,
like, whoa.
they tease you with the sandworm too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Because
what's that whole desert power shit?
I don't know, man.
um,
That shit sounds racist to me. That's got to be racist somehow.
the power of the Fremen people, and and the overall power of Arrakis
Mhm.
in general.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, sure.
I will say this right now. Yeah, yeah. But
It's questionable.
Yeah, it's very questionable.
Denis decided to go ahead and blue ball you the hardest in
Mhm.
those
Right when
last
you were the
10
most
minutes.
excited.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
Most excited.
oh my god, sandworm being ridden by one of the people in the distance,
Yeah,
and
we're
then
just
she
getting to the
just
good
goes,
part.
"This is only the beginning." Did you
You
just
you
say
bitch.
Iraq?
You
No, I
fucking
didn't say
bitch.
Iraq. I say Arrakis.
Now we gotta go back. Who talked about the sexual tension between
Oh,
the mom?
There
Marcel.
was.
No, there wasn't, bro.
It was
What?
weird. It wasn't tension, but it was like weird. Like I don't know
What? So
why. They
point
could
out
have
to me a
just turned
specific
around. Like
scene.
they know that they're both groaners. Like okay, I'm gonna turn around and change. But no, they were like the mom was still waiting there. Like oh, should I turn too? And some. It was. I
Because
wouldn't say there's sexual tension. I would just say it was a bit.
let me
awkward.
explain to you something, bro.
Mande.
Let me mansplain you this part right here because
Oh,
apparently
mansplain. Oh
it's
shit.
apparently
Cancel Raul 2021. That's
Oh
my
god.
hashtag for
We're
Twitter.
starting
because
this. We're starting 2022 like this.
yeah, because apparently some people think that there's some incestual stuff going on here.
There might
So
be.
Luis, please do understand that this kid is supposed to be the messiah, of the Fremen people, and he's supposed to be the Quasitz Haderach, which is supposed to be like this superhuman thing that the Bene Gesserit have been like, you
Mhm.
know, trying to create for so freaking long. And by the way, in this universe, this far into the advance of this time, the women are actually able to choose which gender, which sex they want their children to be born as.
Cool.
But there's been
Complicated.
taking this long time to basically create this like figure, right?
Mhm.
And the
Oh,
kid
that
just has a
actually,
mental breakdown.
before you go, that actually explains why the sister was so fucking angry.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize that they could choose
Mhm.
like their child's sex, so that explains that whole fucking scene.
Yeah, yeah. So the Quasitz Haderach is supposed to be a woman because they want the women to be basically the Bene
powerful. Yeah.
Gesserit are like the Catholic Church that's kind of
Uh-huh.
imposing themselves into politics
Hold
and
on.
kind
You
of
know what's my counter to that? Mary was supposed to be a virgin, and she got a
Shut
child
up.
from you know who.
Yeah, but hold
So
on. So in that scene, this
you
mother
got a child
just
for him?
saw
Hi.
her prodigal son, who's supposed to be the Messiah, have a mental breakdown where he saw in his vision that a holy war is about to be freaking fought in his name.
Yeah.
And she might have the idea that, like, maybe this kid is about to run away from me and still act like the boy that he is
Mhm.
instead of developing into the man who he's going to become. So there was no sexual tension that I read. I read a concerned mother who thinks that if I turn around, my kid is about to run off and just end up like
I
doing
go
a
back.
bolt through the desert.
I go back to the whole. There's like hints at certain things that should already be included in this film that shouldn't rely on like people reading the fucking book.
No, it's just, what do you mean? They
don't
just
fucking know.
said in the beginning about the Quasitz Haderach. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention, bro. I'm depressed.
Well, that's on you, bro. That's on you. But
Don't
there
worry,
was
Luis.
no
I didn't catch that
sexual
either. Apparently,
tension.
yeah.
But
we both depressed.
Yeah, we both fucked up, dog.
yeah. Thank you,
There was still
Ferris.
tension.
Thank you,
I
Ferris.
felt in that scene, yeah, but maybe I can say I didn't think it was probably sexual tension.
Yeah,
You
I
can
didn't
definitely
either.
tell that was the change of when she stopped being like the mother. Like
The
the
mother,
child
yeah.
is basically he's becoming like an adult.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just
That's
accompanying
what
me.
kind of that scene was
Yeah.
in my
You're dragging
eyes.
me down is basically what he was.
And I love that scene so much because just like exactly what she says to him. She goes up to him and goes, Paul Atreides, you're the son of the Duke Leto. You know who you are." And he just snaps back.
Mhm.
He's like, "No," and he's like, "No, like your Bene Gesserit made me a freak, and I'm
Yeah, and
over
the
like,
use of the word freak was on purpose there. That
yeah,
hit hard when you
yeah,
heard that.
Mhm.
You're like, oh,
yeah,
this dude is like going through some stuff.
Yeah, he's going through
fuck,
the early 2000s teen drama.
Yeah.
yeah."
He's like,
Yeah.
Teenage angst is like in
Yeah.
the
it's
in the
like he's
pit.
going through his emo phase right now. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, it's like, this kid has just learned that he's basically been genetically created to become the Messiah, and then he comes down to freaking this new planet, and all these people are calling him the Messiah, and like
Yeah.
and it's what's it called? Throughout the book, from what I've been reading right now, is how in Loki we've been talking. It was talking a lot about like glorious purpose. In the book, he calls it terrible purpose,
Can I
and
just say that I find it real funny how some of them were like, oh, he can put his suit on. That's the Messiah. It's like,
it's a,
Yeah.
like
That
what?
yeah.
it's
Maybe
fucking
fucking
wild.
locked out. I don't know. I'm not gonna call him God for
Yeah.
that. Like you can put
No.
your Jordans on. Good for you.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
put your
Kylie.
fucking
Thank you for
Jordans
being here.
on.
Thank you for coming in here, Ferris, as well. But yeah, I love the costumes. By the way, the what's it called?
Pretty
The
cool.
stilt suits look
hmm
pretty
Mhm.
cool.
Other than the
Um,
shoes,
yeah,
I didn't really like the shoes.
Just a
I
like
can't.
yeah.
Like desert climate, like boots made sense.
What
Not
kind of?
flippy floppies.
Were they flip flops? I didn't see that.
Not the
No, they're
Yeezys.
like sneakers, bro.
Yeah,
Like
not the Yeezys.
yeah,
Oh, they were. Oh, okay. See, I
yeah.
feel like the Green
The
Goblin
Chanel.
Jordan ones fit the suit, but like now that you mentioned that, then it
Yeah,
definitely, yeah.
the
Oh well,
Chanel boots and
not the
yeah.
Chanel
Oh
boots.
man,
Those
but
aren't really good desert boots that
Yeah,
but
were
I
that's
mean,
desert
that's
shoes
where
that
the
they were
fucking
showing.
money and that's where the budget went to.
but like the suits that like the Atreides family were wearing at Kaladin when the people came to like do the signing over of Arrakis, and
Yeah.
the stilt suits, what the Fremen were wearing, I thought it was all pretty. I liked even like what's it called? I don't know what the hell that thing was in the back, Brad, of the Baron. Like
Oh, it was kind of like a
Doctor
mechanical
Octopus.
like
Yeah.
spine, but it
So
was
he can
more
float
like
up.
gravity. Like
Yeah.
it affected his gravity because you have to remember this character is like
he's floating.
600 pounds.
Yeah.
I understood that more than I understood the film. Like I kind of figured out the way that it kind of activates and what it does and
But that
shit way
shit,
before.
but I will say the gravity shit made that character so more menacing
Oh
because he
fuck
just
yeah.
lifts up into the air and then his clothes, it's just like a giant Jabba the Hutt, like from there
Yeah.
Yeah.
down. You're like, oh
It's
Yeah.
fuck,
basically like
he's
if
gonna fuck
Java
something up.
can float. If
Yeah,
Java can float and speak the same language that you're speaking.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will say they did Oscar Isaac dirty
They did.
because I want him in part two. Like
Yeah.
totally fucking dirty.
Yeah. Well,
But he went out like a boss. I give him that.
fuck yeah,
Like
he
he
did.
took a shit ton of people with him.
Yeah. But
Value wasn't
when you
enough.
talk about that, like it was so menacing, especially in that scene, bro. Like seeing the Baron just get up because he's like, "Hey, so what's up? You're gonna take me with my wife? Like, gonna let her go?" And he gets up and he's like,
You
"Oh,
can
you'll get
join
him,
her.
and you'll join." Like, I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Bro,
Like
they
she'd
live in
been
the
dead a
future.
while,
What?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, like
Like
you should know this, bro. Y'all ain't got movies out there.
no,
Y'all ain't got
no,
No,
movies.
Brad.
no,
No, Luis.
Luis.
This is a really
Apparently,
interesting
Timothy
part.
did. You say that little fucker with the little bunny and the holograms. That's a
Yeah.
movie in itself.
That's more like National Geographic on
Nothing,
tape.
bro.
This man was a fucking nerd, dog. He was
So,
researching shit about the planet.
so
Like
Luis,
there's palm trees here.
there's
Uh-huh.
something that the book. I mean, there's something that the movie didn't explain,
What's
but it
up?
was something that my brother told me that was like
Uh huh.
really interesting.
Uh huh.
Do you guys wonder why there's no like what's it called? Well, Luis, because I
Guns,
already told Brad
weapons,
about this. I already told
Oh,
Brad about this. Do you wonder
what's
why
up?
there's no like guns? There's no, you know, robot like
robots.
what's it called? There's no actual like
There's
technologically
no
advanced.
Star Wars shit except the ships.
So
Cause they're under the emperor. They're under one rule, so he probably like just banned all that shit.
yeah, no, there was actually a robot uprising way before
Oh, really?
that basically wiped out a lot of people. They basically what's it called? They won and they basically banned all AI.
Oh,
Yeah, it's basically the
Terminator.
Tesla cars just started
Yeah.
killing everyone.
Damn, fucking
I
pussies.
know Oscar was dying in that one scene, but he was fine. They had, by the
Yeah,
way, they did that. They did the nudity pretty tastefully there.
yeah. Why
Um,
They actually did.
there was no reason for him to be naked, but they did it for the audience, and I respect it.
yeah,
Well, yeah. Then it's like fucking Skarsgård like floating over him. Like, did he just want all the eye candy for himself?
I think
Like,
he did. I think he did.
They will be back.
oh
Okay,
God,
Terminator's no, but
please no.
to
We've
just
seen
kind of
enough Terminators.
conclude this, I love this movie. I think that I'm super fucking interested to see where they go. I also like the idea of like how we've kind of planted some seeds, right? We
Yeah, because
planted,
they put Zendaya right at the end of the movie.
yeah. Wait, and it
Like
isn't
right
even
at the
that.
fucking end of the movie.
Like I really want to see where that relationship is gonna go because like as right now it looks like oh we're really interested in each other, but like Paul has up until now we realized that oh those dreams aren't kind of real. There
No,
some
they
are
aren't.
right,
That was gonna be
some are
my next
not.
question. I'm like he had this dream where the dude he ends up fighting was his best friend who was going to be his teacher, but then he kills him. So he kills his best friend,
Yeah. So
basically.
we find out that like those dreams aren't sometimes real, and they're not, and there sometimes are. And I'm
But that
guessing like how much of these dreams of Chani are real, and how much are they like if he's kind of creating this illusion of who this woman is supposed to
but
be. And
that's my
See,
question. That's my question of are they supposed to be real?
okay,
Is
here's
it
my thing.
in the religion, I
Mhm.
guess the church, the Catholic Church in a way, are those dreams supposed to happen?
That's the thing. I feel like it's a thing of them trying to explain in a way because the Messiah is supposed to like end time and reality or some shit, right? I
Mhm.
feel it's like an unset stone where he's dreaming of possibilities that can happen based on his actions, based on what he's at the time maturing or what he's not matured enough yet or like what he doesn't have
Mhm.
yet. And we see it with the whole like trying to save what's his name? What's Aquaman's
Jason
name in this
Momoa,
one? Yeah,
Duncan.
Yeah.
just Duncan. Yeah, we see it trying to say dunking, but like it's an inevitable thing. But then we
Mhm.
see it with the guy that he fought at the end, how instead of his
Yep.
No, not
Ah,
again.
boop.
God, he was really going into it,
He was
man.
going into it like I guess
Yeah.
we'll wait.
Yeah. We
But
didn't. Yeah.
that's my thing is I these dreams like because I've never read the book. I've never even watched the original movie. Like, are
Yeah.
those dreams supposed to happen? Are they supposed to be real? But he's not there yet, or he's not the one. I'm going the Matrix terms now. Um, but are they supposed to happen? That's like if he was the woman, if he was a woman and like in that church, are they supposed to like see shit that's supposed to happen?
No, man. And that's the thing where like she was like, please tell what's it called? Tell the Reverend Mother about your dreams. And but I guess we'll find out. What's it called? I don't think we're technically done exploring that part because I think
Yeah, they're
I
gonna
have a
show up again.
feeling that the spice is going to affect his cognitive abilities with those dreams, and I
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
feel
there was
and
definitely
oh,
some
that's
of that
true.
shit.
yeah.
And we're not just getting a part two. We're getting multiple television shows, from my understanding.
Yeah, so we have a planned show that's about the sisterhood, basically the Bene Gesserits,
Oh,
and then we have, of course, part two. And Denis has expressed interest in wanting to do the next book, which would be Messiah. So he wants to do three movies, basically. Yeah, and Kylie, I basically gave you the what's it called, the explanation that my brother gave me. He basically said they're sometimes real, they're sometimes not.
yeah.
And
Or
like I
they're
said,
close.
yeah, I have a feeling that as we advance within part two, we'll find out that like the spice is literally probably going to be the answer to this. Like the spice is
Mm-hmm.
probably going to unlock his
Just
third eye
take a
per
big
se.
pile
Yeah,
and just
Yeah.
you and that sounds
smooth
most
it.
likely. Like he's missing that element right now in
Mm-hmm.
order to unlock his like true potential. I hate to say it that
Yeah.
way,
Yeah,
but
it's some
Yeah.
superhero shit. Yeah.
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 I mean,
But Luis, what are your final thoughts on Dune here, and what is your final verdict?
it was entertaining enough, not so like I've been with whatever other film I get hyped about. But I'm definitely not probably gonna watch this again, unless someone like wants to do a commentary on it, because I got like funny stuff. Like I got Rachel to laugh on a good amount. It may have been because they were drinking, but
Spicy
also
Coke.
they were pretty good. I'm not praising myself, but I got good
Coca
jokes and
Cola.
commentaries. Um, it's good if you want to go see sci-fi. That's all I say. I'm not gonna downplay it. Like it did its job. Wish there was
All right.
more, but it did its job.
And your final verdict?
Oh, like
Out of
ratings. What
10.
is it out of 10?
Yep.
Out of
I'll
10.
give it a 7 out of 10.
All right.
Not bad. Not bad.
Brad. By the way, let's just say this is the partial score because like once
Oh
what's
yeah.
it called? Once we start, it's gonna probably change when we see the whole complete vision of the film.
I mean,
But
that's what I'm saying. This movie should technically be 10 hours.
yeah, Brad, what is your thoughts? What are your final thoughts and your final verdict on Dune?
For this movie, one, the first act, it's too many quick cuts for me. That's really my only gripe through most of the movie. And two, it ending where it ended, which if there's a part two, it kind of makes sense. You got to end it somewhere. So I can't take too many
Wise
off for
choice.
that. But the quick cuts in the first act really, really just irked me. Um,
Mhm.
but the second, third, fucking fantastic, basically perfect. So yes, I want to see part two. Give it to me now. Give it to me yesterday. But for this, just part one on its own, 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
All right. So, I mean, I don't have to explain more than what I've already done. If you guys look at my what's it called, my letterbox, you know that this is my favorite movie of the year so far.
So far.
Um, I had not had a theatrical experience like this since I watched Green Knight, and even then, Green Knight, I just sat there and I was just like, I've waited so long for this, and like I was satisfied beyond every single way possible.
Can
But
I
when I
can I
watched,
just say can I just say my this is not my favorite movie of the year.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
still Pig, Brad.
Definitely
I
It's
know.
not.
still big.
Which, by the way, Brad,
I gotta
Pig
go
is
to
now
Shang Chi.
out on Blu-ray if you want to pick it up.
Sweet.
Ooh.
I need to pick that up.
I'm waiting for
I'm going
But
Shalom.
to Amazon right now.
so so yeah, and when I watched this in IMAX, I had a cinematic experience that I hadn't had in a really really long time, where I was just like engulfed in every single measure of the film, and I was really immersed in a way that like I truly felt like
Mm-hmm.
I was in Arrakis. My skin felt like the desert was touching it, and I was amazed. And like I said, I don't know how it was fucking possible because I am endlessly in love with cinema. But after watching Dune, I had fallen in love with cinema all over again. And I love this movie. Right now, it starts at a 10 out of 10 for me. But what's it called? We'll see how it changes when we get part two. But um, this this can only be literally could only have been done by Denis, bro. Because I don't think anybody else could have been able to make this.
Yeah.
I shut up, Brad. But Aiden does bring up a really good point. Del Toro, what's it called? The God Emperor Dune, please. Especially all the
Wait.
weird horny parts.
Wait. Is Aiden talking about making the emperor, or is Del Toro as the
No,
emperor?
no,
Like we cast him.
no. God Emperor Dune is, I believe, book four, or
Oh,
book
okay.
5.
Okay.
So he's saying that he should direct that
Oh,
movie.
director. Okay, I thought we were casting him. I'm like, I've never seen the man at. I
I would
can see.
very like this movie very much in English translation, right? Yeah. But if you want to read different thoughts about my review of Dune, you can go read my review on the nerdcore.com. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining us on this episode. It was a lot longer than expected, but I had been holding it in, bro. I've been wanting to talk about this movie for a while. I basically have only been talking to this movie with Aiden at great lengths like this because
Mhm.
like I hadn't had anybody to kind of geek out like this with yet. But like I really like this movie. As always, we want to thank everybody who was in chat with us: Kylie, Rachel, Aiden, Stacy. Where the fuck were you
Oh
at,
yeah,
man?
I haven't seen
What
Stacy
Yeah,
in
in
here.
the
this is the
hell, bro?
first time.
Is
Ferris,
he?
thank you, Ferris.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Um,
Stacy is not in.
no, Stacy. Wow.
You
Well,
probably went to go watch it.
no, I probably went to go watch Eternals. Yeah.
That too.
Which, by the way, Kylie has signed off on Eternals, so
Cool.
we'll see what's up. Um, so can we talk more into this or like I'll talk Dune all day? I mean, yeah, man. I gotta watch another movie for cinema condition. Which, by the way, time to plug that, right? Patrons at patreon.com/nerdcore. Thank you all so much for being the incredible people that you are. This Sunday, I'm recording a new episode of Cinema Condition. You guys are gonna get access to it. So it's pretty good. Pretty good.
Pay him so he can pay me.
Yeah, I wish I could pay you, bro.
All about the Benjamins, baby.
But I want to thank our associate producer Sarah. Thank you so much for being here for as long as you have. That's my awesome cousin.
Oh shit!
We love
it's
you.
Time to leave.
Yeah. And we also want to thank our wonderful executive producer, Shane. Where can they find Shane, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at XSRK_. Also, go buy something from the Suppy God at thriftedil.com.
Are you going
Love you,
there?
Shane.
Thank you, Shane. And of
Come on
course, our
soon.
writer, Tony.
Hey, Tony.
Tony, we're gonna watch
At
Transformers
real-
for you.
That one. No. At Real Nerdy Dad. And then of course our other writer who is also a writer of our
Yeah,
site.
I'm an actual
Luis.
writer.
Hi, Lewis.
You can follow Luis at Luis A. Garcia001 on Twitter, Luigi on IG, Lockster Studios everywhere where they could be found, like on Instagram. And of course, read his fucking reviews. He's gonna be working on a new one soon. So
Yeah,
read his fucking reviews.
sometime this weekend.
Luis will be back next week because we're gonna do our preview episode for Houston Cinema Arts Festival on Tuesday. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be lots of fun. So
It's coming out quick. I didn't realize it was coming that quick.
yeah, I need to go pick up my. You need to go pick up your badge. Yeah.
Yeah, I will be going on Monday with Rachel, I believe. So
Right.
probably get
And with that said, it's been a lot of fun. And of course, we hope to see you all tomorrow. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Brad is gonna go somewhere. So, right?
Yep, I won't be back till Sunday.
Yeah, we'll see if we're here tomorrow. Probably not. We'll see. See you on Sunday then, more than likely. But without further ado, it's been a wonderful time. Bradley. Oh, wrong way. Send him out.
All right, Ro. Thank you for being host as always. Thank you to Luis for joining us today to talk about this movie about sand.
sand. There's sand.
I
that
hate
gets
sand.
everywhere.
It's rough, coarse,
And coarse.
and gets everywhere.
That lady was grooming him. I'm just saying. Thank you to all those who joined us in chat today. Thank you to all our listeners out there, all our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, all I have to say is that a booty hole? Young Yoda
Go
out.
up to go up to kids and grown-ups and yell Desert Power in front of them and see how they react. Tell us Yo,